If you've ever heard that distinctive supercharged V8 scream down the highway, there's a good chance it was coming from a Dodge Charger or Challenger Hellcat. These two cars have become legends in the modern muscle scene, offering absurd amounts of horsepower, a soundtrack straight out of muscle car heaven, and plenty of room for smoky burnouts. But why should you consider spending your hard-earned money on one? Well, let's break down the Charger and Challenger Hellcat, whether they're worth every penny, and should you buy one. If you're looking for a high-powered daily driver or a tire-shredding weekend toy, this might be the car for you. First up, let's get straight to the point. Both the Charger Hellcat and the Challenger Hellcat, the same car basically, are power monsters. Under the hood lies a 6.2-liter supercharged HEMI V8, cranking out 707 horsepower and 650 foot-pounds of torque in the freaking base model. The Hellcat Redeyes bump things up a notch to 797 horsepower, while the Jailbreak variant, introduced recently, offers even more flexibility, allowing you to push the envelope with 807 horsepower. For the price, there's nothing on the market that gives you this much horsepower in a package you can literally just drive on the street. Sure, there are supercars, there are modified cars with similar power figures, but they cost 2 or 3 times as much or they never run. The Hellcat represents supercar level performance at a fraction of the cost, making it one of the best horsepower per dollar cars out there, maybe even the best. The Charger and Challenger Hellcat are deeply rooted in American muscle car tradition. With their aggressive looks, big V8 engines, rear-wheel drive layouts, they deliver the quintessential muscle car experience that enthusiasts crave. Whether you're sitting in the Challenger's retro-styled interior or the Charger's more modern super sedan-style cabin, you're surrounded by the kind of power and presence that defines what it means to drive a muscle car. When you hit the gas, that distinctive whine kicks in, followed by a deep V8 roar that shakes the ground even with the stock exhaust. It's the kind of visceral experience that makes muscle cars special. Raw power, loud noises, and an undeniable sense of fun. The Hellcat is the car you take to a meet or the drag strip, and when you pop the hood and reveal that massive supercharger, you're guaranteed to turn heads no matter how many times people have seen these things at this point. If you're looking for a muscle car with practicality, the Charger Hellcat's the perfect fit for you. It's often called the world's fastest sedan. Sorry, Tesla owners, we don't care, and for good reason. With 707 horsepower, this 4-door family car can do 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds and rip through the quarter mile at under 11, 10.8 on a tire. But here's the kicker. It's a full-size sedan, meaning you can fit your family, your friends, your kids, your dog, whoever, in the back seat and still clip off 10s. Unlike many performance cars, the Charger Hellcat offers space and comfort without sacrificing speed. Whether you're going to the grocery store or lining up at the strip, the Charger Hellcat is versatile enough to handle both with ease. It's even a bit of a sleeper. Few other cars can match its blend of practicality and outright insanity. Now, switching gears, the Challenger Hellcat. If you're after the most authentic muscle car experience, the Challenger Hellcat represents that. From its retro exterior styling to its massive engine, the Challenger is Dodge's ode to the golden age of muscle cars. It's a 2-door coupe with classic lines, wide fender flares, and bold paint options like Plum Crazy and Go Mango, all of which scream 70s muscle. The Challenger Hellcat also delivers on performance. It's got the same 6.2 with 707 horsepower under the hood, rear-wheel drive, and a heavy-duty 8-speed, or only in the Challenger, the optional 6-speed manual. This car can shred tires on demand whenever you want. Dodge even offers a line lock on these that lets you lock the front brakes and spin the rears freely for easy burnouts. Whether you're at the drag strip or just having fun on the street, don't do that on the street, the Challenger Hellcat offers an old-school muscle car experience that can't be matched. Now, despite the insane horsepower numbers coming out of these things and the quarter-mile ready performance, the Hellcat isn't as impractical as you might think. The Charger Hellcat is in particular surprisingly comfortable for daily driving. I daily drove one for 2 years. They're awesome. It has a well-appointed interior, tons of technology, and room for 5 passengers. The adaptive suspension makes the car comfortable on long road trips, softening the ride when you're cruising on the highway. The infotainment system is, honest to God, one of the best in the industry. The touchscreen is super responsive. It has CarPlay, it has Android Auto, it has navigation. You've got heated seats, cooled seats, premium sound system, and plenty of modern safety features which you're going to need if you crash this thing, like blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise control, and all that stuff. For a car with 707 horsepower, the Hellcat is super livable. The only downside, if you plan to daily drive a Hellcat, be prepared to stop at the gas station literally all the time. You get like 10 mpg in the real world, and you are going to shred rear tires. These things go through because of the weight of the car and because of how you're going to use it. I went through a set of rears every 10,000-ish miles, and if you're running good tires, that gets expensive. Now, one of the best things about the Hellcat platform is its huge aftermarket support. There are endless ways to customize your Charger or Challenger Hellcat, from aesthetic upgrades like custom wheels, you can get them down below by the way, to wide body kits, to performance mods like upgrading the supercharger, pulleying it, exhaust, tune, whatever you want to do. Want to add more power to your Hellcat? Well, you can send it off to something like Hennessy and spend a ton of money to make over 1,000 horsepower, or you can slap a pulley on and a tune an E85 and do the same thing at home. Throw some drag radials on there. Heck, even opt for a wide body kit and the drag radial for more traction, which you're going to need with the Hellcat. The engine is super robust. You can make a ton of power on the stock bottom end, so if you have the budget, the sky is the limit when it comes to modifying these things. Now, here's kind of a contentious point, but one I tend to believe myself. The Hellcat is the last of its kind. It's a big, supercharged, rear-wheel drive muscle car. With emissions regulations tightening and manufacturers shifting towards EVs, even Dodge themselves doing so, cars like the Charger and Challenger are not going to be around for that much longer. Dodge, as I said earlier, has already mentioned that the next Charger and Challenger are electric, meaning that the Hellcat is the last true American muscle car with a monstrous V8 under the hood. As a result, the Hellcat could become a collector's item in the future. If you get a rare trim level with low miles and you keep it clean, enthusiasts and collectors will look back on the Hellcat as one of the last gas-guzzling high-horsepower muscle cars of its era. If you're looking for a car that will give you thrills today but hold its value and possibly appreciate over time, the Hellcat might be the right choice for you. Now, at the end of the day, the best reason to buy a Charger or Challenger Hellcat is simple. It's fun. Few cars on the market can deliver the same level of fun every single time you hit the gas pedal. It's not about precise handling. It's not about high-tech hybrid systems. It's not about anything other than raw power, tire smoke, and good old-fashioned fun. There's something inherently fun, I know I'm repeating myself, but driving a car with over 700 horsepower that makes ridiculous noises and can spin tires in third on the freeway. Whether you're doing burnouts, launching from a stoplight, cruising down the highway, just hitting the gas pedal, making that supercharger whine every single time, the Hellcat makes every single drive feel like an event. So should you buy a Charger or Challenger Hellcat? Well, if you're in the market for a car that delivers insane horsepower, muscle car nostalgia, and a ton of fun, the Charger and Challenger Hellcat are hard to beat. Whether you choose the practical yet powerful Charger or the retro-inspired Challenger, both offer supercar level performance at a fraction of the price. So, should you buy one? My thought process would be yes, absolutely. They're surprisingly usable daily drivers. They have endless customization potential. With EVs on the horizon and the future of V8 powered muscle cars uncertain, now is the time to buy a Hellcat if you want to experience one of the last greatest American muscle cars. The Hellcat is an experience, and if you drive one, you'll understand why so many people swear by them. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If there's a car we should talk about next, drop it down in the comments below. If you like this one, hit the like button, hit subscribe, head on over to our website if you have a Hellcat or any other muscle car, pick up some wheels and tires from there. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.